Everyone deserves a good poop. Let's take a journey every single one of us goes on every day without even thinking about it. If you're here just for quick poop tips, slow down. Because unless you watch this all the way through, you'll miss why your digestion works the way it does, what fast poops really mean, and how one simple habit can change everything. It all starts with food. Delicious, tempting food. The kind we're excited to put in our mouths. And this is where the real work begins, right in the mouth. Digestion doesn't start in your stomach. It starts the moment you take a bite. Your teeth don't just chew food into smaller pieces. They kick off a complex process. Almost instantly, saliva jumps in, and it's far more than just water. Packed with enzymes, it begins breaking down carbohydrates within seconds. Before you even swallow, digestion is already underway. Digestion is one of those processes people rarely think about until something goes wrong. It all begins the moment we swallow. Once food leaves the mouth, it enters the esophagus. And despite what many people assume, this isn't just a passive tube. The esophagus actively moves food downward using coordinated, wave-like muscle contractions. Gravity helps, but it's not required. This system works even if a person were eating upside down. From there, food reaches the stomach, and this is where chemistry takes over. The stomach is designed to be harsh. Strong acid and digestive enzymes break down proteins and neutralize many unwanted bacteria. The food is mixed and churned until it becomes a semi-liquid mass, then released slowly into the small intestine, only when it's ready. The small intestine is where digestion becomes incredibly precise. This is the body's main absorption center. Amino acids, fats, sugars, vitamins, and minerals are extracted with remarkable efficiency. Bile from the liver and enzymes from the pancreas work together to make sure the body gets exactly what it needs. Nearby sits the appendix, once dismissed as useless, now understood as a potential backup home for beneficial gut bacteria. Even the digestive system has redundancy built in. What isn't absorbed continues into the large intestine. Water is reclaimed, trillions of bacteria get to work, and gradually the final product takes shape. Texture, form, consistency. This is where comfort or discomfort is decided. Step by step, that meal becomes stool, a completely normal outcome of a very complex system, one that influences energy levels, mood, and overall health far more than most people realize. And this is where experience matters. There are few everyday sensations as quietly satisfying as a smooth, easy bowel movement. And almost nothing disrupts a day faster than one that's uncomfortable, incomplete, or unpredictable. Too hard, too loose, too urgent, or nothing happening at all. If none of this sounds familiar, you're an outlier. For most people, healthy, comfortable digestion requires attention, not guesswork, but understanding. Knowing your own body is not instinct, it's literacy. And like any form of literacy, it's built through observation. No two digestive systems function in exactly the same way. What brings relief to one person may do very little for another, and that isn't failure, it's biology. Digestion doesn't respond well to universal rules, it responds to patterns. What matters isn't just what happens, but when it happens, and under what circumstances. Small, repeatable signals often tell us far more than dramatic symptoms. Subtle changes in timing, consistency, or comfort are the body's early language. When those signals are noticed early, correction tends to be simpler, gentler, and far more effective. Ignoring them, on the other hand, usually leads to louder messages later. Learning how your body responds is an act of respect. Not control, not obsession, but attentiveness. And that attentiveness is where meaningful, sustainable improvement begins. That's why tools like the Bristol Stool Scale exist. It categorizes stool into 7 types, from hard pellets to completely liquid. Imagine your intestines as a small factory and stool as its final product. Sometimes the factory runs smoothly, and sometimes it goes on strike. Here's what all 7 types look like when described in a more vivid, down-to-earth way. Type 1. Goat pellets. It's as if the factory completely forgot about water. What comes out are separate, hard little balls, dry and stubborn like pebbles. They've been sitting inside for a long time, dried out, and now leave very reluctantly. Feeling: I really don't like this. Story: severe constipation. The gut is sluggish. Type 2. The cactus. It looks sort of like a sausage, but full of lumps and bumps. The body is trying to do better, but there's still not enough moisture. Feeling: almost okay, but still uncomfortable. Story: mild to moderate constipation. Type 3. Homemade bread. A sausage shape with cracks on the surface, like the crust of fresh bread. A pretty respectable outcome. Feeling: this is fine, I can live with this. Story: close to ideal, the gut is doing a decent job. Type 4. The gold standard. Smooth, soft, and even, like a calm snake that's in no hurry. It passes easily, without effort or surprises. Feeling: perfect. Let's keep it this way. Story: ideal digestion. Balance has been achieved. Type 5. Soft cookies. Small, soft blobs, neatly shaped and easy to pass. The factory has sped up a bit and is releasing products faster than usual. Feeling: maybe slow down just a little. Story: lack of fiber or a slightly overactive bowel. Type 6. Shapeless porridge. A mushy, fluffy mass with ragged edges and no clear form. Everything is happening too fast for structure to form. Feeling: something's not right. Story: mild diarrhea, often from stress or food sensitivity. Type 7. Water and chaos. No shape at all, just liquid, as if the factory opened an emergency drain. The body is urgently trying to get rid of what's inside. Feeling: now, immediately. Story: diarrhea, possibly infection, food poisoning, or strong irritation. So our goal types 3 and 4 sit right in the middle. That's the goal. Stray too far in either direction and the body is signaling imbalance. Short-term strategies can make a real difference. Something as simple as gentle humming while on the toilet can help reduce straining. It relaxes the pelvic floor. Leaning forward, elbows on the knees, improves alignment even more. Which brings up an uncomfortable truth. Modern toilets aren't designed around human anatomy. Sitting upright with feet flat on the floor actually makes elimination harder. Excessive straining increases the risk of hemorrhoids and, in severe cases, rectal prolapse. From an anatomical perspective, the body functions best in a squat. When standing, the anorectal angle creates a bend that maintains continence. Sitting opens it slightly, squatting opens it further, straightening the pathway and allowing gravity to help rather than hinder. Now, unless you're planning to redesign your bathroom, there are simple ways to adapt. Placing your feet on a small stool or even stacked toilet paper rolls can simulate a squat. There are also products designed specifically for this purpose. One well-known example is the Squatty Potty. The pathway straightens, and gravity finally works with us, not against us. And speaking of time on the toilet, I say this with love: put the phone down. Scrolling, reading, or watching videos encourages you to sit longer than necessary. And the longer you sit, the more pressure builds on the rectum and anal veins. Getting up sooner helps in more ways than one. Movement, in general, is one of the most underestimated digestive tools we have. The more you move, the more your gut moves. Physical activity gently stimulates intestinal contractions, helping food, gas, and waste move along. This reduces the amount of water absorbed from stool in the colon, keeping it softer and easier to pass. A short walk or light jog can genuinely help with constipation. If you're dealing with diarrhea, though, maybe skip the run. Diet plays a role, but balance is critical. Insoluble fiber adds bulk and stimulates movement, which is helpful for constipation. but increasing fiber too quickly can cause bloating, gas, and discomfort. Changes should always be gradual and individualized. In some cases, probiotics support gut balance. Temporary changes in stool can happen early on, but they often resolve. And sometimes improvement comes not from adding something, but removing it. Dairy, caffeine, alcohol, fatty foods, spicy meals, artificial sweeteners, and certain fruits can all trigger loose stools in sensitive individuals. A simple food diary often reveals patterns without unnecessary restriction. Healthy digestion shouldn't feel like a struggle. With proper posture, movement, hydration, and awareness, bowel movements can become easier, more predictable, and far less stressful. Your poop is not random. It's feedback. It's one of the most honest reports your body gives you every single day. It reflects how you eat, how you move, how you rest, how you handle stress, and how well your internal systems are communicating. Which, honestly, is a pretty good place to start.